Oh shit. He just shot. Here they come. Yesterday, I was shot in a military invasion by the IDF in the city center of Nablus in the West Bank in Palestine. If you want to support my work and my independent journalism and help keep this going, please support me on patreon.com/Salukie, where you can make a monthly membership, or you can make one-off donations on buymeacoffee.com/Salukie. During the days of the Lions Brigade in 2022-2023 with Ibrahim al-Nabulsi, the IDF was constantly in the old city of Nablus, chasing him down and others, raiding Nablus. But nowadays they come, it can happen once every week or two, the old city, the city center, and the outskirts of the city, around the city, they invade randomly. Army is coming. Right now here in Nablus. The boys told me, run away, run up. I don't see anyone. They're running away.
Of course, it's dangerous.
So this time they came the night before when I went there. They were there at around the evening, and they stayed inside the city, driving around their vehicles, sitting there, shooting people that are throwing rocks at the IDF. About 24 hours. They said that they will leave at 4 p.m. the next day. They actually left at around 4:30, a bit later. I was staying in New Nablus at my friend's house, and I heard about the incursion, but it was a bit of a lazy day. I smoked half of a very potent joint, and he wrote me, he told me, look dude, you should go to the old city, to the city center of Nablus and cover what's happening. So I was like, shit, I'll do it. I got dressed, put some clothes on. I was just in my underwear, and I tried on the press vest, but my back was hurting, my lower back, because the other day I was in the Samaritan village working out with my friend Aboud, and I did a one-arm pull-up, which I haven't done in years, and my back was hurting for a couple of days, so I said fuck the press vest, and I went down just wearing my classic Argentina t-shirt. Let's get past these Arsim for a second. They're playing loud music and drinking vodka with energy drinks as per usual. 1 second. So after I got dressed, I finished the rest of my joint and I headed down to the old city of Nablus. Actually, my friend just came from Jordan with a private taxi, and I used the same private taxi to go down to the old city from his house. And when the taxi driver put me there, you know, we had a little conversation on the way. He happened to speak English. Said, oh, you're a journalist, very cool. And I told him, take me to where shit's popping off, like where shit's going down. He dropped me off right in the city center, and where he dropped me off, there was a group of teenagers, or some of them in their 20s, running around. And there was the IDF sitting there behind, over what you can see in the video. They were sitting like this, crouched with their weapons, M4s and M16s, sitting like this. And he dropped me off over there. He said, like 5 times he told me, be careful, it's very dangerous, be careful. So I was on one side of the street, and all of the shabab, all of the boys were on the other side. And I kind of had my little camera in my hand, and I peeked over to try and film where the IDF was. But you can't really see it on my action camera because, you know, that's the nature of action cameras. They don't have zoom. But basically, there were a few gunshots before, but when I peeked and they saw me, then they fired a bullet directly at me. Directly, I saw the bullet leaving the chamber, I saw the fire. And yeah, mind you, I was high as fuck at this point in time. Really, I was tripping balls. I saw my life flash before my eyes. This was one of the scariest moments in my life where I thought I'm about to die. I would rank it as maybe number 2 after the moment when I got stabbed when I was 15. Over here you can see. Because when I got stabbed, then I lost any sense in my hand, and I thought that he chopped off my arm completely. So that was a lot scarier. But anyway, yeah, my life flashed before my eyes. and then I went from there to the old city of Nablus, where there were a group of kids, many of them carrying rocks, a bunch of rocks to throw at the vehicles of the IDF when they're in the old city. And you can see even in the video that I filmed that so many rocks were thrown that some of the floor was white. And yeah, I joined them. Did I throw rocks? It doesn't matter. No, I'm joking, I didn't. But every time I was with a group, and every time they were kind of standing there in the city center, they peek, they look for an opportunity to throw a rock or not, or just take a look. Then the army comes and everybody runs. And in some cases, people get arrested for throwing rocks. There was a very young boy which was arrested for this. After I was with them, I left the old city and headed back to my friend's house in New Nablus, which is on top of the hills in the Nablusian mountains. And then I just kind of went on with my day after almost being killed. Smoked another joint, and I walked, I believe it's a 45-minute hike, which includes going by feral dogs and climbing on rocks such as these. I went to the Samaritan mountain again. I don't know, I like to hang out in the supermarket over there, so I had a lot of chocolate, had a beer, and then I played basketball for 2-3 hours, and my girlfriend showed up, and that's it, that was my day. Yeah, I guess that's it. Love you.